Our time here is finite. Like a star in Hollywood, most of us yearn to keep our unique footprint in history recognized long after we're gone. To do this, image consultants today have to manage a lot to keep their clients and even themselves relevant as public figures. From social media followings, making star appearances, getting endorsement deals, the grind just keeps growing. A real headache for most who want the riches without the fame. But when it comes to legacy building, nothing leaves an impact like donations to humanitarian causes. In their eagerness to outdo each other, the new money Western billionaires especially have a habit of causing us to gasp or reach for self-pity as they announce that they plan to leave this world and sometimes their children relatively penniless when compared to their net worth. They then commit all the wealth they've accumulated to some cause and make a Samson-style donation in their final years. Who can blame them, though? As the saying goes, for whom much is given, much is required. But, dang. Spare a thought for their kids. I mean, dang. They must be asking, did Grandpa and Grandma also do you dirty like that? Anyways, let's now tie all this drab social commentary up to give it meaning to our subject, King Melchizedek. Christianity will point to King Melchizedek's interactions with Abram as the first act of tithing. For those who don't know, a tithe is just another word for donation. In Genesis, a king called Chedorlaomer had pulled a number on Abram's nephew, Lot, by stealing his property. In retaliation, Abram then took his servants to Hobah, which is somewhere near Damascus, found King Chedorlaomer and company, and lit them absolutely up. Abram then returned to food and drink courtesy of King Melchizedek, and in a show of gratitude he gave the king a tenth of the booty. I mean spoils. And there it is. The start of tithing. The world's first known donation. This is some 500 years before the law of Moses, which made it a commandment from God to keep the tithe. Melchizedek was probably from the land of Canaan. He must have had an outstanding stint as king, since subsequent biblical writings refer to him as a person to be emulated. I mean, if God many years later in the book of Psalms said, "Thou art a priest forever after the manner of Melchizedek," and this is being said to King David, then you must have really left an impression on earth. Now, with King Melchizedek being the A-side in the relationship between him and Abraham, you would think that the patronage would be in the direction from King Melchizedek to Abraham. But that is one of the things that makes King Melchizedek great. The Bible goes on to say in Hebrews, "See how great he is. Abraham the patriarch gave him a tithe of the spoils." And those descendants of Levi who receive the priestly office have a commandment in the law to take tithes from the people, that is, from their brethren, though these also are descended from Abraham. But this man who has not their genealogy received tithes from Abraham and blessed him who had the promises. It is beyond dispute that the inferior is blessed by the superior. That's Hebrews 7 verses 4-7. Now the inferior here is Abraham, who is blessed by the King Melchizedek. This is really a statement being made on behalf of King Melchizedek. Yet it doesn't get referenced often by readers of the Bible in conventional conversations. Keep in mind Abraham is an undisputed champion in Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. But when faced with King Melchizedek, he is referred to as an inferior receiving blessing from the superior King Melchizedek. So, big up to King Melchizedek for establishing the lineage of great kings mentioned in the Bible. And whenever you see acts of charity by public figures, or you feel the need to help a kindred here or there, don't get too caught up by that superhero feeling. Keep a silent salute to King Melchizedek and Abraham for setting the example, and give a tenth of your booty. Income.